my top 3 players that I'm keeping an eye on in the National League for the second half. Now, these players, on the American League side, it was kind of obvious for me. I went Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani. I mean, those are the obvious answers, Yordan Alvarez. But in the National League, not so fast, my friends, not so fast. 3 players that I really want to keep an eye on in the second half. First up, Sandy Alcántara. Look, I think Sandy, if the All-Star game was anywhere on the entire world besides Los Angeles, Sandy Alcántara is starting the All-Star game. He was unbelievable in the first half. 9-4, 138 in the third innings, by the way, and 123 strikeouts to 33 walks. This is what Clayton Kershaw had to say about Sandy Alcántara. We all know that he's the best pitcher on the planet right now. End quote. Clayton Kershaw. We all know he's the best pitcher on the planet right now. He is. There's no argument. The guy's up there throwing 100 miles an hour, and it is sinking like it is falling off a table. You know the comment, yeah, that curveball fell off the table. Sandy Alcántara's sinker falls off the table, and it's 100 miles an hour. And he's going really deep into games. Every time I watch him, he's in the 8th inning. Most starts with 8+ innings pitched this season. Sandy Alcántara with 9, Aaron Nola with 3, Logan Webb 3, Justin Verlander 3, Framber Valdez. Nobody's even close to him. This guy is the definition of an ace, a horse. That's what he is in this rotation. He's the ace of this staff. There's nobody like him this year. It really is remarkable. He hasn't pitched fewer than 7 innings in any start since May 6th. In 13 straight starts, he has gone at least 7 innings. He's allowed more than 3 runs in a start just twice since the start of May. He has the 6th worst run support in Major League Baseball, by the way. Miami's only scoring 3.12 runs per start for him. He's on pace for 246 innings pitched, which would be the most in Major League Baseball since 2014. 1.76 ERA on the year. 1.76. That would be the lowest ERA for a single season in Marlins franchise history. That's how good Sandy Alcántara has been. So what can we expect from the second half? Probably more of the same. Can he get into that category where it becomes legendary and record holding? That's what I'm looking for in the second half. So if you don't watch much Marlins baseball, do it just for him. Pitching ninja, just giving credit to his sick, nasty changeup. I was watching a game recently. He was throwing 100 in the 8th inning, but he threw 75% changeups. And those changeups were 93 and 94 miles an hour. Changeups. It's unbelievable. My second player that I'm keeping an eye on in the National League, Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso has more RBIs than anybody else. 78 RBIs at the All-Star break. 78. That's on pace for 136 RBIs, which would shatter the Mets' single-season franchise record of 124, set by David Wright in 2008 and Mike Piazza in 1999. Hearing that just makes me sad about David Wright. Captain America, David Wright, his career was unbelievable, and the injuries and stuff that kind of brought it to an unexpected end sucked, to be honest with you. But Pete Alonso is on pace to shatter his single-season RBI record and to drive in 136 runs. If he gets to 130, he would be the first National League player to reach that mark since Nolan Arenado and Giancarlo Stanton in 2017. So really in the second half, that's what I'm looking for him. And the Mets need him. I have the Mets predicted to win the NL East, and he is a massive reason why. He's the run producer. He's the guy driving in those runs. You have a lot of guys that they brought in that are capable of getting on base, more so than in the past. Pete has to be the guy to drive them in. He's the big, power-hitting first baseman that drives in runs. That's what he does the best, and that's what he is doing the best this year. And he's on pace to break the Mets record. So keep an eye out for that in the second half. Last up for me, player to watch in the second half in the National League, Fernando Tatís Jr. He has not played a single game this year. He keeps getting moved back a little bit, and we hear like he's going to be ready in July, and then, okay, maybe it's going to be after the All-Star break, and then it's okay, well, maybe it's not going to be then. Fernando Tatis is expected back at some point, and this Padres team that is expected and percentage chances say they get into the playoffs, they need him. Fernando Tatís Jr. is important to the Padres, said Kevin Acee. And there are a lot of cooks in the kitchen affecting decision of when and how he begins his swing progression. Doctors that have been conferring are not in total agreement in regards to the next steps. This isn't necessarily bad. It is extreme caution. So to me, that says there's people ready, there's people not ready to bring him back. What are they going to do? I don't know. But multiple people insist Tatis has had no setbacks. As stated in the previous tweet, again from Kevin Acee, team is being extremely cautious, as is often the case in these situations. Doctors differ on opinions. What is enough healing? Tatis could begin swing progression by the weekend. So he's close. Doctors are saying, yes, he's fine, let's go. Others are saying, let's give it a little more time. But to me, in the second half, Fernando Tatis is a guy to keep an eye on. This Padres team has the luxury of not rushing him back. Not that you would with a guy that's on a mega deal and over $300 million. You wouldn't rush him back. But they've played well enough to not say, oh my God, we need him or we are not going to make the playoffs. Right now, they're in the playoffs, and they're going to be even better when they get Tatis back. And he's a guy to keep an eye on because when he's on the field, he's one of the best players in the game of baseball.
Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.